Howdy all Malex Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Oh man, look at that bear down there. Look at that bear attack him, whatever. A bear attacked me as I drove past it. My how many times I've driven past that? Never noticed that little bee there. My fuel and gunpowder are still cooking up, so I thought I'd run out and grab some more gunpowder supplies. Because I don't think I've got a lot of gunpowder being made. It's only like 400. I feel like the amount of gunpowder I need is a bit more than that, so I thought it'd be a good idea to head out here and grab some more. So that's my plan to start the episode here. Is that a pig? Gracie the pig. I'm not sure what's in that cage back there that says Gracie on it. Door's wide open, I don't trust it. Probably a cougar. I don't trust it at all. Man. Well, I caught the Mario movie. I hated it. I didn't hate it. I was apathetic toward it. I didn't think it was a very good representation of what I'm familiar with in regards to Super Mario Brothers. Like, it started out really kind of super cheesy. I mean, it's like everybody makes fun of the old Super Mario movie that was like live action, but I don't remember it that well. I don't see what the difference is, honestly. Both were super cheesy. Both of them were like totally unrelated to the games, practically. If I remember, one of the biggest issues with the old movie was that like the characters didn't look right. And so it was more like a sci-fi take on how you might get Mario Brothers in the real world, kind of thing. Whereas this was an animated film, animated cartoon, I guess. I was say animated kids movie, and then I changed it to cartoon in the middle of that sentence. But yeah, I didn't like it. I thought that it should have been more exploratory of the Mario world. And I mean, like, they'd shove a scene in to be like, look, this is what the Mario game is like. But the scene didn't have anything to do with anything. And so it was kind of disappointing that it wasn't more like Mario in, you know, the Mushroom Kingdom kind of thing. It was more like, hey, you know how Mario's a platformer game? Well, we're totally gonna have this one scene where Mario has to go on the platforms. Hey, you know how Mario and Donkey Kong fought on girders? We're totally gonna have Mario and Donkey Kong fight on girders. Did it have anything to do with the storyline? No. I assume the Mario and Donkey Kong fight was also like a nod to Smash Brothers, and then they did a Mario Kart thing, They did a Mario platformer thing. Um, but like none of the fun things that you'd find in my opinion, obviously it's in my opinion, were in the movie, and that was disappointing. I just, like they had the Koopas, but then they didn't do anything with them, and like there wasn't really ever a moment where Mario jumped on somebody. There wasn't like, I don't know, there wasn't like any puzzle or anything in the movie, and it was all just kind of this very, very mundane. Uh, I mean, Bowser didn't even kidnap the princess, right? I mean, like, I'll admit it. My first Mario game was probably Donkey Kong. But my first console Mario game would have been Super Mario Brothers on the Nintendo, and so I've played quite a few Mario games. I probably haven't played anything since. I remember doing Super Mario Sunshine. And I played a tiny, tiny bit of the one on the planets. But I didn't really play that one. I think that's Galaxy. So I didn't really play Galaxy. Although that didn't really play into the movie anyways. There were no little planet things. Didn't even like really go from kingdom to kingdom. I don't think there was an underground scene. It was just, I don't know. It was very meh. And there are way, way too many musical numbers by Bowser about how he wanted to marry the princess. It was overbearing how much Bowser wanted to marry the princess, and I don't understand why that was a thing. Like, fine, you want that to be his reasoning, that's fine. But does every scene with Bowser have to be that? Like, every scene. I just, I'm most familiar with Bowser, or Bowser's children showing up with the airships and, attacking and, all that stuff. And then this movie just wasn't it. I did like, there's a little blue star guy in the movie who's super funny. Because he's like a bit nihilistic. And so he was really funny. I guess spoilers. There's a scene where he's like, they're all in cages, and they're like, "We gotta get out of here," and he's like, "The only escape from here is death." And then later they're being lowered into lava, and he's like, "Ah, the sweet relief comes." And then they get rescued, and he's like, "Boo." So he was really funny to me. But man, the rest of the movie was just it wasn't funny. I don't think I laughed at any point. It was really sad for what I expected from a Mario movie. It's gonna make so much money because it's Mario, and it's not a good movie at all. Just at all. And it's a shame. I was disappointed. Although the other people who watched it, they really like it and they thought it was great. So, I don't know. I just, I don't think I had my hopes up going in for it, but I really didn't. If I had hopes, they were definitely dashed. I thought it'd be funny. I thought it'd be, I thought it'd be like Mario. and it was just this stupid story about how Bowser wanted to marry the princess and she didn't want to, and so he was just doing everything he could to show her that he was worthy of her marrying him. But he was doing it in a very destructive way, and you know what? I don't even understand why Mario cared. I think he had Luigi, and he was gonna rescue Luigi, and that was the whole plan. And then that didn't even happen. Um, I mean, Super Mario Brothers, right? You go through, you get to the end of the level, jump on the flag. That was kind of in there for a hot second. And then you do enough of the level, you get to the castle, you get to the end of the castle, you fight Bowser, you get past Bowser, and then there's a toad that goes, I forget what he says, but Princess is in another castle, right? And then you gotta go to the next level. Right? And so Mario clearly is after the princess in those movies, but she was just with him the whole movie, so it didn't matter. There was not a point. He was trying to rescue Luigi. And then he didn't. Luigi got on his own, basically. I guess he didn't get on his own, but I guess they did rescue him. I think about it. But it was like an accident. It wasn't even like what they were aiming for. And it wasn't funny. It wasn't like a funny accident that they rescue him. They just... Okay. This says the lead is right here, too. Or maybe I just marked that as lead? I don't know. Probably should get some coal, right? I need coal, niter and coal. I think I've got to go to this one out this way. I saw the trailer for the last voyage of the Demeter. That looks awesome. I'm a big fan of Dracula, and I'm a big fan of Alien, and this looks like a Dracula movie set in the genre of the original Alien. The Demeter is the ship that brought Dracula from Transylvania area to England, and by the time it reached England, there was no one on board left, and so that's it. That's all there is in the story, is that it was supposed to bring Dracula, and it sailed from Bucharest, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if Bucharest is on the ocean. I have no idea. But by the time it reached England, all hands on board were missing. They weren't missing. They'd been eaten by Dracula. And so they've got a movie that's about that, because it's not really mentioned in the book. The book is just like a report that all hands were killed or missing. And so that one looks fun to me. That's definitely more my speed. I also saw the trailer for the new Godzilla movie. That looks pretty good for the 30 seconds that the trailer is. I think that one comes out next year. But I'd watch anything with Godzilla, pretty much. I do love me some Godzilla. In fact, I just got a bunch of Godzilla stuff for my birthday. So that was cool. They got me a Godzilla pillow that looks pretty awesome. They got me a Godzilla paint by numbers. They got me a little construction Godzilla that you put together. They got me Godzilla candies from Japan. So that was really cool. Do love me some Godzilla. I also love it when my guy's not so staminaed out. What is wrong, guy? It's stronger. I have some points I could spend in here. What do I got? I got 0 points, so no. I got no points. I also got Steam gift cards because, you know, that's my hobby. I mostly buy video games that I'm not gonna play. Not this time though. I bought the Redfall, which is the new game coming out by Arcane, who I really like their stuff. I really like Dishonored series, and so I don't think this game's gonna be quite like the Dishonored series. It seems more like a first-person shootery kind of thing, whereas Dishonored is more of a stealthy assassin kind of game. And although, you know, I think I went through all of Dishonored without killing a single person. They might make you kill a person in the game, but for the most part, I went through it without killing anybody. I think I've also gone through it killing people, because it's one of those games where you can choose how you finish the missions. Dishonored has one of my favorite moments where where you can choose how to complete missions. And so there's you're basically hunting down the people that killed your wife. Wife? Lover? Whatever she is. Mother of your daughter? Mother of your child? And so you get to choose how it's done, but how you do it affects the cutscenes. So if you you know, not show mercy, but if you bring them to justice, legal justice, then it will influence how your daughter rules as she takes over the kingdom. So if you're, you know, super vindictive, then she's much more, I don't know, dictatorial, maybe, vicious than she might otherwise be. And so anyways, so they got this great spot in there, and it's one of my favorite parts in games, when they do stuff like this. So you go in, and I don't remember what his job position is, but basically the ministers of the kingdom had the queen killed, and then they blamed it on you. And so you get a helping hand from an otherworldly being who likes the chaos. And so you escape from your cell, right? And then you go after these people. And so each section is like a different open world part of the city. And you go after one of these people. I don't remember if you crisscross. I think each level is a different open world section of the city. So it's not true open world because it's not just the whole city, but it's different sections of the city. And so you go after this one guy, and he, when you get in there, depends on how you want to play it. I did it very stealthy, and so you sneak in there, and you find out that the captain of the police won't succumb to their whims, and so he's unable to run the city the way he wants because the captain of the police keeps wanting to do things the legal way. And so his plan is to kill the captain of the police. And so I overhear him saying these things. Ow. And I'm like way up in the vents at the top of this room. And you've got superpowers at this point from the otherworldly being, and so um, he leaves the room after having a servant bring in um, wine and two glasses, and then he poisons one of the glasses, and so then he leaves the room to go welcome the captain in, and so now you can just straight up kill him. I could have jumped down, slit his throat. I could jump down, strangle him, knock him unconscious, whatever. However it is that I want to do it, but I can also swap the glasses. And how much is in these? I think it's like 30. 34, yeah. And so so then when he comes back, right, he pours his drink, and when he pours his drink, it gets him, right? Because he thinks that the captain's glass is poisoned. So that's awesome. And then, because I'm trying to do the game the good way, which I normally try, I reload my game, and then I jump down and I smash the glasses in the fireplace. And then he takes the captain to his secret room, and so you got to follow him through the building down to the secret room. And then once you get in the secret room, then you does he knock out the captain at that point, and then you knock him out, or maybe I knocked them both out? I don't remember. Either way, I had to I knocked him out, and then that's how you complete it nicely. Is you got to find the evidence, leave the evidence on him while he's knocked out in his room, kind of thing. And so it's really cool, all the different ways that you can complete the missions. The new Redfall is by the same company. It's been released by Bethesda, but it's made by Arcane Studios. And so I did buy that. It comes out next week, and my gaming group is gonna play it because it's co-op, and so we're gonna play that. So definitely talk about how that went. I feel like only two of us really want to play it, and the other guy is feigning that he wants to play it. Because we wanted to play it, because we were talking, me and Zahn, about how we wanted to play it, and I was like, hey man, you want to play it together? Because we could totally set up a night to play it. And then, Dim, he's like, hey man, but what about me? Maybe I want to play it too. And we're like, oh, okay. I mean, yeah. That'd be fun, for sure. But, you did say I don't like first-person shooters. And this is a first-person shooter, so there is that. Oh, right, I need brass. Crap. Forgot I needed brass. I guess I'm gonna need to go get some door handles. Ooh, but let me have these bullets. Let's not put rocks in my... Oh, I got a diamond. I need more drink. So yeah, I'm not really sure if he actually wants to play it or if he just wants to play it because we're gonna play it. So we'll see. It is on the Xbox Live thing, which I don't get, but he does, so he's gonna get it on there since it's part of the package, and me and Zahn bought it on Steam though. I would get it on the Xbox thing, but there are like no games on the Xbox thing that I wanted to play, and so I didn't see the point in paying $10 a month to have access to games that I don't want to play. Although this year there are definitely going to be at least 2 games on there that I want to play, which would pay for a year's worth. So it's like 6 one way, half dozen the other, I guess, if I want to pay. It'd be $120 for that versus the $120 for the 2 games that I want. Actually, I think games are 70 now, so it'd be 140, so I'd save 20 bucks. But I would also have to have that every time I went to play them. And I think I just prefer to have them on an account rather than having to re-up my subscription if there are no games on there I don't want to play. So yeah, Starfield would be the other one, because Microsoft owns Bethesda, and so all Bethesda's games are going to be day one release on the Xbox Live. Whatever their game thing is called. I don't know what it's called. But yep. I'm looking forward to that. That looks pretty fun. It's a open world island full of cultists and vampires and stuff, and you are vampire hunters, basically, trying to resolve the mystery of Redfall Island. I'm looking for a motel to hack the door handles off of here. Let's see, what else? What else has been going on lately? Oh, I thought this was funny. So it's cold. We had a week of like 80-degree temperatures 2 weeks ago, and last week it was in the 60s at the warmest. But more often it was colder than that. And then it would get down into the 30s at night. Not every night, but some of the nights. And so like today, when I got up, it's 38 degrees. It was 38 degrees when I got up at 9. And because my job is on my schedule, so I don't have to get up too early if I don't want to. And I got a message that there's a weather watch in your area, and I'm like, oh man, what's happening? And it's like between the hours of 2 a.m. and 8 a.m. I'm like, oh no, we getting a big storm or something? And the answer was, it might be cold. Make sure you bring your tender plants in and drain and cover your sprinkler systems. I'm like, dude, it's down in the 30s. It snowed twice yesterday. If you got your plants outside right now, why? So, yes, it's supposed to be almost 30 tonight. Brr. But it was like in the 30s last night. So, I didn't get a cold warning for last night. In fact, it's supposed to be in the 30s a couple nights this week. Just like it was last week. We haven't reached warm yet. Speaking of that, I took my lawnmower. Well, I didn't take it in. I called in and had them come get my lawnmower 2 weeks ago, and and then I'm like, man, they didn't call me back, and I'm like, usually it's like a couple of days, and then they call me back. They didn't call me back, and then I'm like, well, they're probably busy. It's spring, and what is this place? This is somebody's nice house. Thought I heard a zombie. Are you in here? Because I need the door handle. You weren't in there, I just drove past you, okay. And, so I'm like, alright, well, you know, it is what it is. And, well, then we get all the way through last week, and I'm like, man, they still haven't called. I can't believe that they've had my lawnmower this long. Like, that's not how it's worked in the past. And so, the guy didn't tell me how long they were going to keep my lawnmower, when I sent it in. And so, I looked over at the phone, and I checked it. I got a call on Monday of last week, but I don't think I got a call after that because we don't get a lot of calls on our phone. And it said no line, and I'm like, oh, okay. And so I go online, and I'm like, is there an outage? And there's like no outage listed. And so then I'm like, all right, well, this is strange. And then there's like a troubleshooter you can run. And so I run the troubleshooter, and the troubleshooter says, unable to complete troubleshooter while phone is in use. I'm like, okay, my phone is not in use. I've got no dial tone. It's just silence when I pick it up. And so, you know, you gotta, they're like calling your ISP, right? Hey, my internet's not working right. And your ISP is like, it's your fault, right? So calling on your phone line is the same thing. And I mean, not that I don't have my cell phone here or anything. It's just I don't use my cell phone that often, and so it's nice to, I like to have a landline for an emergency or something. Plus, I like to give out the landline phone number so people can call and not bother me on my cell phone, right? And so, there's the, you know, box on the side of the house, and if you don't check to see if that's got a dial tone, they'll be like, oh, it's the wiring in your house. This happens every once in a while. I live in the country. And in the country, your phone comes from a box on the side of the road. And because it is the country, animals like to migrate into the box on the side of the road. And when they do, they short out your phone. And so you have to contact your phone company to have them come out and clean out the boxes so that you can have phone. It happens about once every 2 to 3 years that I've lived here. I don't remember it being a thing at the at our previous house, which was further out in the country. But it does happen here 4 or 5 times now. And so they came out and today, and yeah, I don't know exactly what it was because there were no problems here. He said that the problem was somewhere within 3,000 feet of my house, but he wasn't sure where. That's just what it said. I'm like, okay, on his little reader on how far away the short was. So they got that fixed, and so then I called. I'm like, hey, yeah, I'm just calling to check out my lawnmower. Make sure it was, you guys weren't trying to drop it off or something. Make sure you still had it. And he goes, oh yeah, we'd try and sell it out from under you. Yeah, And, so I'm like, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that, you guys weren't trying to call me and that it was in your way or something, because Turns out my phone didn't work last week, and I don't know what day that stopped working. But they haven't even worked on it yet, apparently. So that's all right though. It's too cold to mow lawn yet. You gotta wait for the temperature to get above 40 degrees every night. And we have not reached that yet. It's cold. Ooh, you're yellow-eyed. You're yellow-eyed with a helmet. Anybody else? Okay, that guy burst across the... He burst across into the other place and got lost. But yeah, so that's fixed. So, got phone back again. I'm actually gonna have to edit out a phone call. Somebody called while I was filming this, so... Ooh, I pushed the button and the door opened. Ooh, they got a projector. Weird. Well, wasn't expecting this under here. Alright, well maybe we'll have to continue exploring this place next time. So with that, you bring the small things, lean to the light. I will talk to you later.